as I said, I'll give you an overview, and Carol will speak a little bit later on about how to apply for the course if you're interested in doing that. Okay, so what you're interested in this afternoon is the Level 4 CPD Diploma Programme. Now that's a programme of courses, a new programme of courses that Dyslexia Action has specially designed for teachers and teaching assistants or support tutors who are currently working in an educational environment. Okay, I'm afraid sorry about this, I have more technical problems. My PowerPoint has decided it's not going to work, so let's see if I can get onto the next PowerPoint somehow. You will see from this that course directors also have technical issues. Let's have a look. I do apologise about this. It's not a very good start, is it? I may have to come out of that. Okay, here we go. Progression pathway. We're back on track. Okay, so the first course of the 3 on the progression pathway towards the diploma is the Level 4 CPD certificate in Dyslexia in the Classroom. Now that's a 15 credit course, and the course fee is £1,070. Now that's a 5 to 6 month course, and the next course we have coming up is the September course, starting on the 20th of September. If you successfully complete that course, you can move on, if you wish, to take the CPD certificate in Dyslexia and Literacy Support. Now this course is 13 or 14 credits. Now there's a different number of credits depending on which optional units you choose within that course. There is some choice of units in the second part of the programme. The course fee for this one is £925 and the duration is 4 to 5 months. Now you do not have to go on to the second certificate course, but if you wish to, you can do. The third part of the programme is the diploma in Teaching Support for Dyslexia and Literacy. That's a 13 credit course. It's a longer course, and this one involves one-to-one support with a learner over a period of weeks. So you'll be working with the learner, teaching sort of individual lessons over a period of time. The cost of that course is £1,175. Now at the moment, credits on the courses are awarded by Dyslexia Action, but during the course of the following academic year, we will be moving our qualifications onto the UK Qualifications and Credit Framework, the QCF. And this will allow you to use these units as exemptions to QCF and other qualifications. Okay, so this will give you a little bit more information about the units that are within each part of the programme. So the first course, the Level 4 CPD certificate, is made up of 6 units. All the units are mandatory and you study them in this order. Now the course itself actually starts with a compulsory introductory week. So on the 20th of September you'll be given access to the introductory course, and this is a really important week in which you can get to grips with Moodle, the new virtual learning environment, how to submit an assignment, as well as starting to do research on dyslexia. And then on the 27th of September, your Unit 1, the Introduction to Dyslexia, will be released. So the first unit is an introduction, then you move on to a memory unit, multisensory teaching and learning, then we move on to self-esteem, study skills, and the last unit of the 6, organising and managing the classroom. Now, as I said before, if you successfully complete that first certificate, you may wish to move on to the second certificate. You don't have to. That first certificate may cover everything that you need within your current learning environment. If you wish to move on and progress, the second programme, the Certificate in Dyslexia and Literacy Support, is made up of 3 mandatory units and then 2 out of 3 optional units. Now those in the navy blue are the mandatory units. So you do a reading unit, writing and spelling. And you look in there about the typical dyslexic difficulties and how to address these within the classroom. So you'll be learning about strategies that you can use to develop your classroom practice. And then you can choose 2 out of the 3 optional units. So you can choose developing mathematical skills, co-occurrence, so the co-occurrence of specific learning difficulties, and also if you have an interest in the international area, you can study dyslexia and international perspective. And then if you successfully complete both of those, you can move on and apply to take the CPD diploma. Now this one has a much more practical element to it. There are practical elements to a lot of the units that you've studied on the previous two, but this final course, the CPD diploma, really focuses on supporting dyslexic learners using a structured multisensory and cumulative literacy program. The first unit is looking at the theory, so fostering language awareness, and then you move into the practical element where you're learning about the importance of using a structured cumulative multisensory program, and then actually applying theory to practice and working with a learner. So getting some background information on that learner, undertaking a placement session which really allows you to see where that learner is at the moment in various areas of learning, and then actually developing a teaching program for that learner and working with them over a period of time. So on the Level 4 CPD program, as I said, you can choose to study just the classroom certificate. That may cover your CPD needs. You must pass the classroom certificate in order to take the certificate in dyslexia and literacy support, so that you must move through the program of courses in that order, successfully completing each one before moving on to the next one. Now you can take a break between the two certificate courses. Don't feel you have to come on and do the 3 courses all in quick succession. The nature of these courses is to allow a more flexible learning, so you can actually take a break in between and plan the courses at a time that would suit you, your work and your family commitments. So you can take a break, but the basic regulations are that you should normally start the second course within 2 years of completing the first course. And you must pass both certificate courses in order to apply to study the diploma, the teaching part of the program. And again, that should be applied for and started within 2 years of passing that dyslexia and literacy support certificate. So you can see you've actually got quite a long time in which to complete the 3-course program if you wish to. Okay, so a little bit more about the content of the actual program. Units on the course blend theory and practice, and as part of the course you will need access to classroom situations, groups of learners or individual learners, so you can apply what you're learning on the course to the program and thus embed practice into the classroom. Now, teachers, teaching assistants come onto the course. You will have access to learners already, but we just need to be assured when you apply for the course that your school are happy for that. So we do ask for you to give us some reference information, and we may follow this up if we will require it, because we need to be sure that there isn't going to be a problem accessing learners for the different units of the course. Now, in terms of the learners you work with, English must be the language that they predominantly use in schools to access the curriculum, and learners who are struggling with English as a second language are not suitable for the practical elements of the course. Now, each unit has different course content, which will all be presented to you via our Moodle learning environment, and the format of assignments will vary within those units and across the courses. So they may include short essay-style answers, tables for you to complete, multiple choice quizzes for you to take part in, and also the production of teaching materials, and then you will reflect on those. You'll perhaps use them with a learner or a group of learners and reflect on them and think, did it work? Did it not work? What have I learned from doing this? How will this help me adapt my classroom practice in the future? So you're evaluating the materials that you have produced. And all units include discussion forums where you will discuss with your fellow participants and also the course tutors issues that have arisen through the units, and also share your experience and resources. Now, some of those forums are compulsory. That will be made clear within the unit courses on Moodle, and for those you will have to contribute, and that contribution will be graded by your tutor, and your tutor will be looking to see your understanding of the content within those forums. Now, both certificate courses, so the first 2 parts of the program, the approximate study time is 7 to 8 hours a week, and that's based on the average learner. If you decide to move on to the diploma, the teaching part of the course, that varies between 5 to 10 hours a week, dependent on which part of the course you're working on. As I've just mentioned, the course is delivered by our virtual learning environment, which is called Moodle. Now, when you're on the course, participants will be supported by a tutor, who's an experienced practitioner in the field of dyslexia. Now, it depends on the numbers that we get, how many tutors are on the course. If we have up to 10 participants, there will be 1 tutor. If we have more than 10, you'll be working with 2 tutors plus, obviously depending on the numbers. So you will benefit from other tutors if there are a greater number of people. Now, in terms of course regulations and what we expect of you on the courses, is we do expect you to work to course assignment deadlines. If you decide to apply for the course and start with us, these course deadlines will be available on the course site from the release date of the course. So you will print those off and work to those deadlines and make sure that all assignments are submitted by those deadlines. If there are exceptional circumstances, participants can request a 1-week extension, but I must stress there we are looking at their sort of unforeseen circumstances, not that you are busy at work or something like that. It really is that, you know, something has happened that has really prevented you from being able to study. All assignments are graded, and the grades available are pass, resubmit, or fail. If your tutor feels that the work hasn't quite made the required standard, detailed feedback will be given, clear expectations will be given of what you need to do in order to improve the nature of that work, and you will be given 1 chance to resubmit. And again, that work will be marked and then graded. Now, just to give you an idea of how the course runs, the first course, the Certificate in Dyslexia in the Classroom, this is a schedule. So week 1 of the course is the introductory course. Now, that's a really important time. It's really your time to come on, introduce yourself to your tutor, work. There is a suggested order of study on the introductory course, so you're given an order in which to work through, and suggested orders of study will be given for each unit of the course, and it's a really important document. If you come onto the course, print off that suggested order of study and work to that, ticking off how you're getting on so you can check yourself and make sure that you're keeping on track. So on the introductory course, work through the suggested order of study. Within that introductory course, you'll get a chance to have a go at referencing, have a go at submitting an assignment. So it just gives you a practice at doing things before the course starts itself in week 2. So from weeks 2 to 4, you'll be studying Unit 1, the Introduction to Dyslexia. And by the end of that period of time, you will be submitting the assignments for that unit. Weeks 5 to 7, you'll be studying Unit 2. Weeks 8 to 11, Unit 3, weeks 12 to 14, Unit 4, weeks 15 to 18, Unit 5, and weeks 19 to 22, Unit 6. Now, the final deadline is always 1 week before the course end date to allow for tutor marking. And you will see that if you come onto the course from the course schedule, that the final deadline is always 1 week before. Now, as the course runs over Christmas, when I've planned the schedule, I have planned in extra time over Christmas to allow for the Christmas holidays. Obviously, tutors won't be working online during that period of time, and also I am sure you probably won't want to work during that time too. So an extra week, excuse me, an extra week has been built into the schedule to allow for the holiday period. So don't worry too much about that. Okay, so that's just really a quick overview of the new program, and just to say, you know, we hope you will join our community of learning, and if you do apply for the course and are successful in getting a place, you know, we really look forward to working with you. Okay, that's the end of my presentation, so let's have a look and see if there are any questions to deal with so far, and if not, we can move to Carol's presentation. Sherry, can you see any questions?
No, we don't have any at the moment. So, as I say, if anybody has got any questions, if your control panel's disappeared, there's an orange arrow button at the top. So if you just press that, it pops back up again, and you'll see the questions box at the bottom.
Okay.
There we go.
Right, I'll keep going. I was just going to show the schedule, actually. I thought this might be quite useful for you to see how you can map your route across the 3 courses. So you'll see here what we've got. The numbers in the square boxes are the numbers of hours per unit. So Unit 1, you're required to do about 20 hours of study. Now, obviously you're interested in the September course, but if you feel that it's too quick a turnaround between applying and starting, don't worry, we have another Certificate in Dyslexia in the Classroom starting in January, which runs to July. And also we have an April start, And now if you decide to come on the April start, you'll see that it's actually planned into 2 sections, allowing a break over the summer holidays. We can't actually run these courses really over the summer holidays because quite a few of the units require access to a learner. The only courses we can run commencing any time over the summer holidays are those where the initial units don't require access to a learner. Now, if you're interested in starting in September and you wish to move straight on to the Level 4 CPD certificate in dyslexia and literacy support, you can see here it's quite a quick turnaround. You'll finish on the 6th of March. If you do successfully complete and have passed the course, you can then start the dyslexia and literacy support certificate on the 27th of March. Now that runs into the summer holidays because those optional units do not require access to a learner. Obviously, you need to look into your personal circumstances and think, you know, does it suit me to be studying over the summer holidays? If you've got young children, you may prefer to keep the summer holidays free. So the flexibility here we're offering you is for you to look at these dates and map the program to what suits you. Again, there is a little bit of overlap if you want to do the second course. We do start in the middle of August because the first unit, again, doesn't require access to learners, and that runs up to the 25th of December. Now, to try not to be too alarmed by a course finishing on the 25th of December, as I said, the final submission date is always 1 week before that, so your final deadline would be the 18th of December. And then you can see on the last part of the schedule, if you would like to do the diploma, so the predominantly teaching-related course, we have 2 start dates. We've got the option of September 2012 or January 2013. So you can sort of map there how you think you would like to do it. You may like to do it very quickly, in which that you go from, you know, September to March, then you do the second course March to August, and then the teaching September to March or April. That is an option if you wish to do a very intensive form of study without much break. If you would like to cope with 6 months and then have a break, you can have a break from March to August, and then obviously we'll release future dates shortly. But really, it's for you to plan the course to fit in with your working schedules, just making sure that you fit in with those guidelines of making sure that you study the second course within 2 years of passing the first. But those are the options available to you. I thought you might find that quite interesting to see. So if there's no questions, I'll just have a quickly check on the control panel. No, I can't see anything there.
We've got one lady here. I don't know if you want to take it. Can the school you work with vary across the course?
Yes, absolutely. As long as you have, in a sense, as long as you can't foresee any problems with access to learners, the school can change. Obviously, we realise that teachers and teaching assistants are going to change school. I mean, if you take the the very flexible route and have 2 years in between, you're going to be studying over a period of sort of 5 years. And obviously, within that time, you could move schools. So absolutely, yes, that can change. As long as you are sure for the course that you are studying that you are working in a learning environment and you're going to have access to learners. Where that is really not such a problem. So absolutely not a problem. Is that the only question, Cherry?
We've got another one if you wanted to. Okay. Would the course content be aimed at child learners only? I'm mainly interested in dyslexia in adults.
The course really is designed for teachers and teaching assistants working in primary and secondary. The units within the courses are appropriate for FE, but they're not appropriate for higher education, so they're not appropriate for 8G, I'm afraid. We do offer a course for people working with adults. So if you are interested in more information on that, leave us your contact details, and I can certainly forward them on to the lady in charge of that course.
Okay, so should we head over to Carol now? We have got one more, but we'll go back to everybody because we've got some coming in now, so we'll go to the end.
Okay.
All right. So we'll hand over to Carol. Okay. Just need to hand Carol the
I've lost the screen. Lost the screen.
Sorry, everybody. Just 1 second. We're just having a technical fault here. Just 1 sec.
I've lost the screen. Oh.
Sorry, everybody. We're just getting back to it now. Just 1 sec. I'm just going to hand back over to Victoria. Just 1 moment. Just bear with us. I know I can see all the questions coming in, so as I say, we'll get to them at the end. So if you can just bear with us. There we go. Okay. There we go. Over to Carol.
Okay, hello everybody. I'm really sorry about that slight hiccup. My name's Carol Falls and I'm the course administrator for the UK course and for other courses that are actually shown on the screen at the moment. But I'll be your first point of contact for information about the course that we're speaking about today, which is the UK programme. Can we move on? Oh, sorry. Candidates for this programme should have a minimum English language ability level of either Cambridge Certificate, Grade B, and you can see the highlighted parts on the screen. You can actually go onto there to find out more information about the requirements for the course. So if we move on to the application process, you can apply for the course via the website, and again the link is shown there highlighted in blue. The first step entry is the basic details which we would require, which is your name and your address and basic details like that. But you will need to create an account with a username and a password. Then you'll receive an email with a link to the application dashboard where all the additional information must be added, and it'll go through it bit by bit for you to complete the application. Once you've completed all of the forms on the dashboard, you click the submit button and we will receive your application at this end. This is where I come into it first. Then I check all the application has been completed before I'm passing it on to Victoria, who's just been speaking to you. If she does require any further information from you, she will get back to me and I will separately email you so that we can sort out exactly what's required from you. Once your application is approved, I will email a conditional offer letter to you. The last date we can accept applications for the September 11 course is Tuesday the 6th of September, so it's not very long. And payment must be received promptly, but no later than Friday the 9th of September. Moving on from that, starting the course, on Tuesday the 20th of September, providing payment has been received, Moodle support will lead to email details of how to gain access to the introductory course on Moodle. That's quite easy, and you were given a link of how to get there, and all the details will be there for you. I will be your first point of contact if you have any administrative queries whilst on the course, so please contact me if you do have any problems, and we look forward to hearing from you on the course.
Thanks, Carol. Cherry, should we go to the questions now?
Yep, sure.
Walk through those.
Okay. We've got Kate asking, can you repeat what the requirement is for a reference from your school?
We will contact you if we need additional information from the school, so don't worry about that. Really, and if you work in a school already, the only thing we ask for is sort of a name and a contact for a reference if we feel we need to follow it up. If we need to have further checks, then we will get in touch with you, so don't worry about that at the moment.
Okay, lovely. We've got Harriet asking, does it matter if the school's learning support is small? The school is unsure if they are the right school.
I mean, really, in terms of the learners you're looking to work with, they don't necessarily need to be dyslexic. They need to be underachieving in literacy. So as long as you have some learners for whom, you know, literacy is a little bit of a struggle, you should be okay.
Okay, lovely. That's all for now, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody's got any questions, then if you can obviously pop them in now, or you can always email us. There's also full details on our website as well of all the CPD courses we've got available. Okay, I think that's us done. I think, is it, Victoria?
I think so. Thank you, everybody, for your time this afternoon. I hope you've sort of found the information useful. And as Cherry said, if you have any further questions, just don't hesitate to contact us. We'll be happy to help you.
Okay, thanks very much, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.